The Complete Works of Swami Vivekananda, Volume 1, Section 3, Chapter 5. The Control of Psychic Prana. Of the Psychic Prana. We have now to deal with the exercise in pranayam. We have seen the first step according to the yogis is to control the motion of the lungs. What we want to do is to feel the finer motion that are going on in the body. Our minds have become externalized and have lost sight of the fine motions inside. If we can begin to feel them, we can begin to control them, and these nerve currents go on all over the body, bringing life and vitality to every muscles. But we do not feel them. The yogi says we can learn to do so. How? By taking up the controlling motion of the lungs. When we have done that for a sufficient length of time, we shall be able to control the finer motion. We now come to the exercise in pranayam. Sit upright, the body must be kept straight. The spinal cord, although not attached to the vertebral column, is at inside of it. If you sit crookedly, you disturb this spinal cord, so let it be free. Any time that you sit crookedly and try to meditate, you do yourself an injury. The three parts of the body, that is the chest, neck, and the head, must be always held straight in one line. You will find that by the little practice, this will come to you as easy as breathing. The second thing is to get control of the nerves. We have said that the nerve center that controls the respiratory organ has a sort of control effect on the other nerves, and the rhythmic breathing is therefore necessary. The breathing that we generally use should not be called breathing at all. It is very irregular. Then there are some natural differences between breathing between men and women. The first lesson is just to breathe in the measured way, in and out. That will harmonize the system. When you have practiced this for a long time, you will do well to join to it the repetition of some words, for example, Om, or can use any other sacred word. In India, we use a certain symbolic words instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4. That is why I advise you to join the mental repetition of the Om or some other sacred word of to the pranayam. Let the word flow in and out with the breath rhythmically, harmoniously, and you will find the whole body is becoming rhythmical. Then you will learn that what rest is. Compared with it, sleep is not rest. Once this rest comes and the most tired nerves will be calmed down, and you will find that you have never been really rested. The first effect of this practice is perceived in the change of expressions of one's face. Harsh lines disappear with calm thoughts, calmness comes over your face. Next comes beautiful voice. I never saw a yogi with a croaking voice. These signs come after a few months of practice. After practicing the above mentioned breathing for few days, you should take up a higher one. Slowly fill the lungs with the breath through the ida, that is the left nostril, and and at the same time concentrate the mind on the nerve current. You are as it were sending the nerve current down the spinal column and striking violently on the last plexus, that is the basic lotus, which is triangular in form and the seat of kundalini. Then hold the current there for some time. Imagine that you are slowly drawing the nerve current with the breath through the other side, the pingala. Then slowly throw it out through the right nostril. This you will find a little difficult practice. The easy way is to stop the right nostril with the thumb and then slowly draw it in the breath through the left. Then close both the nostrils with the thumb and forefinger and imagine that you are sending the current down and striking the base of the Sushumna. Then take the thumb off and let the breath out through the right nostrils. Next inhalation slowly through the nostril. Keep the other closed by the forefinger. Then close both as before. The way Hindus practice this would be very difficult for this country because they do it from their childhood and their lungs are prepared for it. Here it is well to begin with 4 seconds and slowly increase. Draw in 4 seconds, hold in 6 seconds and throw in 8 seconds. This makes one pranayam. At the same time, think of the basic lotus, triangular in form, concentrate the mind on the center. The imagination can help you at a great deal. The next breathing is slowly drawing the breath in and then immediately throwing it out slowly and then stopping the breath out using the same numbers. The only difference is that the first case the breath was held in and in the second the breath is held out. This last is the easier one. The breathing is in which you hold the breath in the lungs must not be practiced too much. Do it only 4 times in the morning or 4 times in the evening. Then you can slowly increase the time and number. You will find that you have the power to do so and that you are and that you take pleasure in it. So very carefully and cautiously increase as you feel that you can have power to 6 instead of 4. It may injure you if you practice it irregularly. Of the 3 processes for the purification of the nerves described above, the first and the last are either neither difficult nor dangerous. The more you practice the first or one, the calmer you will feel. Just think of Om and you can practice even while you are sitting at your work. You will be all the better for it. Someday, if you practice hard, the Kundalini will be aroused. For those who practice once or twice a day, just a little calmness of the body and mind will come. Beautiful voice. Once for those who can go on further with it, will Kundalini be aroused, and the whole of nature will begin to change, and the book of knowledge will open. No more will you need to go to the books for knowledge. Your own mind will have become your book, containing infinite knowledge. I have already spoken of Ida and Pingala currents flowing through the either side of the spinal column, and also the Sushumna, the passage through the center of spinal cord. These three are present in every animal. Whatever being has a spinal cord has these 3 lines of action, but the yogis claim that in the ordinary man, Sushumna is closed and its action is not evident, while that of the other two is carrying power to the different part of the body. The yogi alone has Sushumna open. When the Sushumna current opens and begins to rise, we get beyond the senses. Our minds become super sensuous and super cautious. We get beyond even the intellect and where reasoning cannot reach. To open the Sushumna is the prime objective of the yogi. According to him, along these Sushumna are arranged these centers, or in more for figurative language, these lotuses as they are called. The lowest one is at the lower end of the spinal cord and is called as Muladhara. Next higher is Swadhisthana. Third one is Manipur. Fourth is Anahat. Fifth is Vishuddhi or Vishuddha. And sixth is Ajna. The last one, which is in the brain, is called as Sahasra or the 1,000 petals. For this, we have to take cognition just now of 2 centers only, the lowest Muladhara and the highest Sahasra. All energy has to be taken up from the seat in the Muladhara and brought to the Sahasrara. The yogis claim that of all the energies that are in the human body, the highest is what is called as ojas. Now, this ojas is stored up in the brain, and the more ojas is in the man's head, the more powerful he is. The more intellectual, the more spiritually strong. One man may speak beautiful language, beautiful thought, but they do not express people. Another man do not express people. Another man speak neither beautiful language nor beautiful thoughts. Yet his words charm. Every movement of his is powerful. That is the power of ojas. Now, in every day, there is more or less of this ojas present in every man or stored. All the forces that are working in the body in their highest become ojas. You must remember that it is only the question of transformation. The same force which is worked outside as electricity or magnesium will become changed into inner force. The same forces that are working as muscular energy will change into ojas. The yogi says that part of the human energy which is expressed as sex energy in sexual thoughts, when checked and controlled, easily becomes changed into ojas. And as the Mooladhara guides this, the yogi pays particular attention to that center. He tries to take up all the sexual energy and convert it into ojas. It is only the chest of men and women who can make the ojas rise and store it in the brain. That is why chastity has always been considered the highest virtue. A man feels that if he is unchaste, spirituality goes away. He loses mental vigor and moral stamina. That is why in all religious order in the world which are produced spiritual giants, you will always find the absolute chastity insisted upon. That is why the monks came into existence, giving up marriage. There must be perfect chastity in thought, word, and deed. Without it, the practice of Raja Yoga is dangerous and may lead to intensity. If people practice Raja Yoga at the same time lead an impure life, have how can they expect to become yogi?